Everybody, I have a huge announcement to make, and I hope you're as excited as I am because I'm pregnant. I know it's so exciting. It's 2023, and the technology and society has just moved on so far, and I never thought that in my lifetime I could be the proud birthing person of my little one. I'm so excited. So, I just really need to know if you guys have any good maternity wear options because, as they say, if you've got it, flaunt it. It's about 6 months, so 3 more months, and yeah, I just hope I can get some support from you guys, and if there's anyone who wants to sponsor my first pregnancy, I'd be really thrilled and excited. So just go down in the comments or set up a GoFundMe or whatever for me, and you can be part of it. Now, the way YouTube is going, that's pretty much the kind of thing we have to do these days to get views and stuff. You have to have an identity crisis. And so I am having an identity crisis because that's how you make money on YouTube, on social media in general. Um, you know, about 10 years ago, maybe even five, the top 100 YouTubers were people like you and me, individuals who had a camera, turned it on, and uploaded stuff. But now, 87% of the top channels here are run by companies. And companies have financial backing, they have lots of money, and they can make videos that are $10 million, or they can give away $10 million to their viewers. I think you know who I'm talking about. Um, but we can't, us regular people. And since I'm becoming a parent soon, I have been, thinking of ways of how I'm going to support my new little one. Um, Maybe in 2018, I could have titled this video something like "The Capitalism of Social Media Leads to Identity Crisis," or maybe "How Capitalism Leads to Identity Crisis on YouTube." I don't know. But as we say in isiZulu, I have an identity crisis because I want money. And I'm pregnant now, so give me my money. In psychology, there's this thing called positive reinforcement. Basically, it's when you do something and then you get rewarded for it, then you want to do it more and more. Pavlov, the great scientist and researcher, did a lot of studies about it. And, you know, I've noticed a lot of people like me who have also become pregnant, they get lots of positive reinforcement. So I also would like some positive reinforcement. So yeah, just send me some donations or whatever, and we'll be good. I'd also like a sponsorship from some, Pampers or Huggies or something, so that we can, you know, make sure this little one has a nice child. Identity crises is a serious thing, and it doesn't make sense that people are getting angry or surprised or acting all shocked at how our generation and younger is doing almost anything for a quick buck. Now, on the surface, it's, all about survival. You got to do what you got to do to survive. But nobody ever thinks about the long term effects, the psychology of what is happening. Because right now, you might be surviving by going through an identity crisis for the purposes of making money and becoming popular. But in the long term, what is our society going to look like? Is it going to be full of regret? Is it going to be full of people who are out of touch with reality? In South Africa, especially, and in Zulu culture, when we talk about the internet, we talk about it as if it's a game, right? So in isiZulu, you would say, ngisayodlala uWhatsApp or ngisadlala uFacebook. The direct translation is I'm playing WhatsApp, I'm playing YouTube, I'm playing Facebook. It's a game because we realize that the internet is not a real thing. It's a game. It's fake. But what I'm noticing in other places all over the world, people are taking things that they see on the internet and they are acting as if it's real. They're making policies around it. They're running on voting tickets on issues that came up over the internet. Um, I don't know when we started kind of using the internet as a replacement for academic and intellectualism, but we have. And now, if anybody says anything on the internet, they're meant to be believed because it's real. Now, I'm a trained actor, so I know that whenever there's a camera on anything, it's not real. Whenever you put a camera or point a camera on a subject, a person, a thing, it becomes fake and artifice immediately because a camera lens, first of all, has a certain focal length and it has a size. So you can frame something however you want it to be and present that as truth. And that was, the whole thing with journalism in the past was about showing truth by presenting your images in a way that had the essence of what was really going on. But now it doesn't matter. Now I could just be a rich guy, send you out to cover a story and tell you what I want you to cover about the story. There could be 10 people at a protest, but I'm going to zoom in on those 10 people and then blast the image all over the world and make it seem bigger than it really is. Now, that is how digital media has warped reality and warped our society and the way we think and how we live. But I'm not really blaming those people. I'm just saying that's how it is. The people I'm concerned about and that I'm working on helping at Scribblebytes by deprogramming you guys is the people who have no viewers, who have no subscribers, and who look at this stuff going on and they say, hey, if I want to get brand deals, if I want to be popular, I'm gonna have an identity crisis. And I'm not just saying this. I mean, there was a huge article in the New York Post with a doctor something. Just Google New York Post, doctor, TikTok. And he was talking about how young people are developing fake symptoms of mental illness by watching people constantly on TikTok doing things, tics, nervous tics or whatever, and they're now having them and going to hospital and getting medicated. And in his study, the doctor says he prescribed one of the victims of the algorithm no screen time for a couple of weeks, and magically the symptoms disappeared. So these are some of the effects that we're seeing with this whole identity crisis thing. And it all stems from the fact that once you start doing it, if you're not a trained actor and you don't know how to separate reality from fiction and games, you actually start to think you're living in the movie that you're supposed to be watching. And it's interesting to see because society is slowly becoming a movie. It's quite terrifying because when you study narratives of film and stuff, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of horror. And so it makes, a lot of sense why we are seeing what we're seeing now. But it's also sad because people are creating unnecessary drama just to survive. Now, I'm not laying blame on anybody for that, but I'm just saying if you're having to put on an identity shift or crisis so you can compete with the 87% of content creators who are corporations now, whereas a couple of years ago it was normal people like you and me. Well, if you're doing that to compete with them, you're going to have to go really deep and go really far so that you can make a splash. And it's not just going to be, you're going to have to give birth live on here in order to survive. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to invite you to my live birth that I'm going to be having. It's going to be a home birth because I believe in a natural way of doing things. And I just hope that you guys really take a shine to my new baby, and that, we kind of do it like the Truman Show, where you'll be involved every step of the way and watch the little one grow. I'm going to be having a gender reveal soon, and so we're going to see if it's either going to be a boy or a girl or a cat or a rabbit. Whatever they want to be, they can be it, because that's their right. Everything in the world is a construct. It's not real. It's just made up. It's all in your mind. You've been indoctrinated to believe certain things. And my little one is going to be the light of the world, the second coming, if you will, who will show you that you can be whatever you want to be. So don't let society limit you. Don't let them tell you what you can't do. If you want to have a baby, you can have one. No one's going to stop you. So please, I'm talking to everyone out there. Don't argue and don't fight with people who are having identity crises. Never ever wake a sleepwalker, because he might fall and break his neck. What you do is you do what Pavlov instructed, and you don't reward bad behavior. And reward in the game of the algorithm is engagement. So if you write a comment, if you watch, if you like or dislike, it still counts as engagement. You might feel like you are helping someone, or you are setting them on the straight and narrow, or you might even feel that you're just expressing your right to disagree. But you are helping the person reach more people, thereby positively reinforcing the fact that if you come on here with your identity crisis, you will get rewarded. With what? With views. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about getting views. Nobody sets up a camera and records a video because it's just something they have to do from their heart. They do it because they want attention. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. Why? Because they need money. Yo quiero dinero. Eh? So if you don't want to contribute to that kind of a society, then don't watch, don't comment, don't like, don't dislike, don't retweet, don't start another channel to talk about how terrible everything is. Just let it will be and focus on the content that you do support. Because while you're uplifting these identity crises individuals, you are pushing down the people who are actually doing something worthwhile in our community. There's a reason why the country that owns and invented TikTok does not allow any old content to be distributed on their version of TikTok. The reason is they don't want a society of individuals with psychological issues. Because if you have a society like that, there is no way they are ever going to come together to agree on anything useful or positive for the growth of the community. Now, I understand there's a difference between entertainment, politics, and even history. Entertainment is meant to be fun, light-hearted. Nobody wants to come on here and listen to a lecture. No one wants to come on and be told what to do or have deep philosophical thoughts. Everybody's busy, everybody's stressed out. They want to just come on and watch a fun, quick video for 15 seconds and move on with their life. And yes, these high budget videos that everybody's doing are really good. I mean, some people even have motion control cameras worth $250,000. Now, you're not going to be able to compete with that, but it doesn't mean that you have to then say, hey, well, since I don't have a $250,000 camera, or I don't have, I can't buy people houses like some YouTubers do, I'm gonna now come up with some scheme to trap people into watching. And once you get that dopamine hit of people coming to you, you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you don't have the proper acting training, you're going to start to assume that your personality and the personality you've created on screen is the real thing. And then you're going to wake up one day coming on CNN or whatever, and you're going to be saying, how the internet ruined my life. We need to put a stop to the internet companies. We need to create a law, and we need to block people from doing things. All because you ruined your own life by changing who you were for views. Now you're going to go to Congress to have rules made to make normal people suffer. And that's the consequence of all of this. It equals more rules, more regulation, more government. And the purpose of the internet is the free spread of information. So while you might be having fun now making your money, being a cat or whatever you want to become or identify as good for you, but just know that when your rights are taken away, you're going to be responsible for it. And do you really want that to be the legacy? Is that how you want to get your money? Not all money is good money. And it's great that you want to survive and you want to do anything you can to survive. But it's not that black and white. You don't have to make a deal with the devil to survive. You can just dance with the devil. Don't lie down with them, okay? Or her. Or it. Just remember that the whole thing is an artifice. It's not real. And whatever you see, whatever you hear, take it with a pinch of salt. If you want real information, go to a library, go to a professor, go to read theses, go to people who studied things. That's where you find real information, not opinions being presented as fact and not feelings being presented as fact. Feelings and opinions are like water. They ebb and flow and change daily, moment by moment. But real information stays the same. It's hard. It's hard. There's a reason they call it cold hard facts. So, thank you for celebrating my pregnancy, and I'm really excited. I hope you guys, follow it and, like, share, and subscribe, and go to my Twitter and my Instagram and keep up with everything. And remember, I need to know where I can get some good maternity wear, because if you've got it, flaunt it.